What we're going to do now is take a window into the trenches. We are privileged to talk to a lot of fancy people at 60,000 feet. Skyler Weinand is at 6 feet, or maybe he's, 5 feet 11. I can't remember, 6 feet 2. Skyler joins us now with Regan Capital with all sorts of work in the history of MBS and ABS at Cantor Fitzgerald. Skyler, what is the trading environment now in all these synthetics, these derivatives?
Yeah, when you look at, you're talking about CLOs, ABS, CMOs, it's ever expanding. You have a lot of new products coming out, and it's weird looking at mortgages that actually are on the origination side. It's not too different than it was pre-COVID, but you have pick of the litter. You want floating rate, you want fixed rate,
right.
You want the front tranche, you want the back tranche. You can pick whatever you want.
Right.
And then you got new products coming out like home equity investment contracts.
Yeah, you're killing me.
Second liens are back. HELOCs are back.
Paul, does it sound like 2005 or 2006? I got one quick question because Paul wants to dive in. Skyler, the thing that really gets me going then is where the fancy people with Jeremy Irons sitting at the end of the table go, how do we make another 50 beeps? Are we in the frenzy of 05 and 06 before the GFC where everybody's out trying to squeeze another 50 beeps out of a yield transaction?
Yeah, on the safe side, no. But on the riskier side, look at private credit. Look at the news that came out over the weekend from the BIS about the new rating agencies. Egan-Jones, KBRA, Morningstar, that all of a sudden are rating somewhere upwards of 75% of these private credit transactions. So that, I think, is one of the canaries in the coal mine is on the rating side. You now have 6, 7, 8 large statistical agencies, whatever they call them, the rating agencies that are rating these transactions. But yeah, it's market players are going to find an arb. And it comes down to regulatory agencies like banks and insurance companies that need to buy those investment grade ratings. So there's going to be an arb in there, and people are going to take their cut for sure.
Skyler, we're going to start getting some economic data, presumably next week as the government hopefully reopens today or tomorrow. How do you think that's going to impact or affect what the Fed does here? We're going to have a Fed meeting December 10. How do you think that's going to work?
The Fed Whisperer came out yesterday late with an article saying the Fed's divided. You have Vice Chair Jefferson saying we should be cautious right now. You have 5 or 6 other governors and Fed officials saying they're going to be cautious. So I think they're going to take all this data with a huge grain of salt. Even the hawk Hassett came out a couple days ago and said, hey, this data may be pretty worthless here until even the new year. So I think we're tilting towards the Fed not doing anything in December and at least waiting until January to even think about cutting rates again.
How does that impact kind of your positioning, how you're looking at the market here?
Bonds have been in this 4.25 when you're looking at the 10-year for a pretty dang long time now, 2 years, okay? So it's a really good time, I think, to stay short. Not take risk at 3.5%, 3.75% yield. Stay on the front end, own floating rate paper. Okay, there's a plethora of floating rate paper out there that is tied to 1 month SOFR, where you don't have to take that risk, and you can earn 5 to 6% types of yields in really, really safe floating rate fixed income paper. I'm talking Athene, Goldman Sachs, agency government guaranteed floating rate bonds. There's a lot of paper out there where you can earn right around 5, if not better, in terms of yields.
So in the parlance of another time and place, a yield hog. Where is the Skyler Weinand yield hog right now? Somebody that's making the mistake of grabbing yield. Where is that mistake?
Anything that spells of mezz, like if you're taking any type of credit risk, you do not need to take credit risk, okay? You don't need to be in leveraged loans or high yield. You're not getting compensated enough relative to investment grade. And then it's duration. this fool's game of, oh, I want to buy 5 or 6 or 10-year paper because I'm going to get higher yields. But you're not. You're really not getting any higher yields than you would staying on the front end of the curve. And so there is no need to take risk right now, whether it be duration or credit risk, in order to earn 5 to 6% types of returns for the foreseeable future.
Skyler, thank you so much. Skyler Weinand with us this morning here from Regan Capital. Greatly appreciate that this morning.